Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman is the third of his 5-volume series called Thinking, Fast, and Fatigued. In this book, he discusses the effects of a short-sightedness when we make judgments about other people and events, the need for a more critical but reflective mind in everyday life, and how these three factors interact to create different types of thinking that are possible. He also discusses the implications of all these factors in our decision-making process, and the different styles of thinking that we might adopt in our lives. It is very good at explaining what all the various methods of thinking are all about and why each one is so important. The main thesis of thinking, fast and slow, is that people have different ways of thinking. When we think fast, we are likely to focus on immediate details, and they are usually what we think about first. We use a more focused type of reasoning, and this is often the case with people who are particularly quick at thinking. People who are slower at thinking often have an active but somewhat abstract style of thinking. People who are more focused and analytical are those who tend to think about more long-term aspects, and are more likely to focus on the larger picture when making judgments about events and people. If we follow these theories closely, then it makes sense to assume that if we think really fast, it will lead to instant decisions which will be based on quick evaluations. However, if we slow down our thinking and look more carefully before we make decisions about the future that can lead us to better decisions, thinking fast and slow shows how different methods of thinking can affect judgments of people, events, and even entire situations. People often have a tendency to overestimate their own skill level and their knowledge of the world because they think they know all the answers. The problem is that most people never do a reality check or a self-evaluation on their judgments. The problem with this kind of thinking is that we usually think that the answer to every question is correct, but we are rarely able to back it up or verify our own predictions. If you are looking for a good book to read on this subject, then this is a must-read.